countdown commences. For the 12th time this year, the Raiders have a shutout. And for the first time ever, they'll be headed to Milwaukee to play for a chance at the state title. Your Kiel Raiders are the 2022 Sectional Final Champions.
The rebound, Pierce Arts, and the Raiders are going to run this one out. This one's over. He said goodbye. The Raiders are regional champs. Oh my goodness. 75-68. Kiel has won their first regional championship in 10 years. My goodness.
Do we dare squeeze for a win, Mitch?
Yeah, that's a tough decision to make.
Got some speed on third base. Third baseman playing even. Blatz delivers. That's exactly what they're going to do. Harlem, there! It's game over! The Raiders win on a suicide squeeze from Daniel Schmidt. It's going to be Shizzle. 3 from the logo. It's no good. Adelman's going to clear it and bring it home for the Raiders. Their first regional championship since 2008.
And with that, Madison, Wisconsin, you better get ready. So for the first time in school history, the Kiel Raiders will be moving on to state.
It has been a wonderful ride to be a part of, and guess what? We are coming your way next Thursday, Madison, Wisconsin.
The clock strikes 0 and it's official. The Kiel Raiders are going to Madison.
Hello and welcome to Shiocton High School for tonight's sectional final game. So lineups are being introduced. So you're just seeing you're still tuning in from us from the first matchup. You saw the Kiel Raiders take down the New Holstein Huskies in what was a back and forth matchup. The Raiders led 2-0 for the first 3 innings. New Holstein grabbed back the tie in the 4th inning. It remained scoreless until the 6th inning, the top of the 6th inning, where New Holstein got 1 and stranded 2 as Ian DeSellier came in to shut down the Huskies offense. And then it was the bottom of the 6th. It was an error that allowed Jackson East to score. It was an error that kept the inning alive as the third baseman just needed to touch third base. Instead, he opted to try and tag Harrison Zorn. And Zorn slid in safely, so loaded the bases for Ben Kingbaum, who ripped a single up the middle, scored 2, gave the Raiders a 4-3 lead, and then Ian DeSellier knocked down the Huskies in the 7th inning, although New Holstein had the tying run at third with 2 outs, and it ended the inning with a 4-3 putout. So we're almost set here for the matchup. Can imagine no anthem. So they've already done the anthem. There will be no anthem, so it will be Nathan Stefani getting the start today for the Raiders. Stefani, this season, getting his 13th appearance of the season, 8-1 on the season with a 1.01 ERA. Some would argue that Stefani's been the ace. Some would argue Hartleb's been the ace. In my eyes, it's 1A and 1B. And when you're pitching a number 1 in a sectional final in the second game of the day, you're never going to be out of it. Just a reminder, tonight's baseball game is proudly supported by Todd Oleg New York Life, Gravel Pit Bar and Grill, Premier Financial, Crest Real Estate, Badger's Den, Your Booster Club, Albright Again Home Improvement, Meiselwitz Funeral Home, J&J Services, Bell's Family Dental, Ides and Megan Financial Group, and by members of the NAW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. For the rest of the Raiders defense, it is DeSellier at third, Hartleb at short, that is Tate, Brett Hartleb at second, Ben Kingbaum, the hero in game 1, playing first base. Aaron Stefani catching and throwing down signs for his brother Nathan. In the outfield, it is Grant Muntz, Cade Velker, and Jackson Neese. DHing for Velker is Colin Gussie, who did the catching duties in game number 1. It's cooled down quite a bit here in Shiocton, still comfortable, but the wind is picked up. The skies have darkened just a little bit, hopefully not of a sign to come, as we're uncovered here and outside, and rain is the last thing that my computer needs right now. But we are almost set here for the first sectional final in spring baseball for the Kiel Raiders. They went to the sectional final and won it in 2017, looking to get to Fox City Stadium for the first time since they've begun playing spring baseball in 2019. It's going to be Nate Stefani on the mound for the Raiders, facing off against Matthew Glodowski. Glodowski, the catcher. We'll see the first at-bat for the Falcons. The first pitch of the sectional final is a strike on the outside corner. Pitch number 2 of the at-bat delivered for ball 1. It's now 1-1 to the Amherst catcher. Swing and a foul straight back from Godowski. Amherst, who won the first game over Auburndale, trying to go back-to-back at state. 1-2 to Glodowski is ball 2 on the outside for Stefani. Looking at pitching 2 for the Raiders. Hopefully Stefani can work them deep into this one, but if needed, they should have Ian DeSellier, who closed out game 1, available in relief. It's ball 3 low for Stefani, as he's going to try not to give Glodowski a free pass. The payoff pitch here coming from Nate Stefani, the senior pitcher for the Raiders. Here's the 3-2. Swung at, fouled, out of play, down the right field line. So once again, we'll see a payoff pitch from Stefani. Raiders outfield shifted relatively straight up. Velker just left to second base. Big gap in right center. Glodowski, the 3-2. High fly ball. The wind's going to work it inside, so DeSellier's going to have to chase it down. He does just that, just on the foul line for out number 1. It's going to bring out number 21, Wyatt Glodowski. And assume that's probably a brother. Batting lead off. Batting 1-2 are the Godalskis. As he looks at ball one upstairs. The 1-0 is delivered for strike one from Stefani to Wyatt Godalski. Excuse me, Wyatt Blazowski. The 1-1 here to the Falcons shortstop. Swung at, fouled straight back for strike two. Blazowski on the year. 28 hits and 86 at-bats. The 1-2 to the two-hole hitter for the Falcons is ball two outside. Amherst, the number 3 seed out of the Central Wisconsin East Conference. The 2-2 to Blazowski. Swung at, grounded left side. It's going to be to Sellier chasing it down, and it's an error as DeSillier had to move a long way left for that one, but was playing in probably a better chance to get Blazowski running down the first than Hartleb did from how deep Hartleb was playing. But not a great start for the Raider defense, who in the first game had 6 errors. The Raider pitching staff pitched a no-hitter and gave up 3 unearned runs as they gave way to 6 Raider errors. So Stefani's going to try to reset here with a runner on first and Blazowski. It's going to bring up TJ Brandel. The Falcons first baseman tonight. As Stefani throws in there, strike one. The 0-1. Here is Stefani working out of the stretch for the first time this afternoon. Here's the pitch. It's a high fly ball, center field. Velker working in on it. He's going to call off Hartleb and bring in the catch right at the edge of the infield. He came a long way for that one as the wind is howling in from left field. Much easier play for the center fielder there than the shortstop, who's got to run backwards on that. So now be 2 outs as Brandel flies out. It's going to be ball one low. That's Stefani. He'll pick. And just back in time is Blazowski. A good pickoff move. Kingbaum put the tag right on him, but just got that left hand back in time, did Blazowski. The 1-0 here to the third baseman, Noel Spolstra, as he looks at ball two. Two balls, no strikes here to the Falcons' third baseman. Looks at strike one, the first strike of the at-bat from Stefani. Oh. So he did walk him on 4 pitches. It appeared that the home plate umpire turned and signaled strike. It's a very late strike call. But he did walk him on 4 pitches, so now runners on first and second for the Falcons. It'll bring up A.J. O'Brien, the second baseman here for the Falcons. Falcons the 3 seed, once again playing the 2 seed Raiders. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat. It's a ground ball to Brett Stefani, who's just going to flip it over to his brother Tate at second, and the Raiders have out number 3. So the Raiders will pick up the bats for the first time in the second of the twin bill. No lineup changes here for the Raiders. It'll be Hartlub, DeSellier, Hartlub. The Hartlub sandwich for DeSellier. And then Stefani, Neese, Muntz. Excuse me, Stefani, Neese, Gussie. And it'll be Mons, Kingbaum, Aaron Stefani. On the mound for the Falcons. Batting 6th for the Falcons in their lineup. Is number 10, Aiden Jastromski. 4 wins, 2 losses in 41 in the 3rd inning. 3.05 ERA on this season. He's walked 23 and he has given up 36 hits. No strikeout numbers here for Jastromski. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat to Hartlub. Working out of the windup is Jastromski. Squared to bunt did Hartlub, and Jastromski threw him strike 1. You're in the bottom of the 1st, sectional final. It's Tate Hartlub leading off for the Raiders. Senior shortstop. Swings, drives one left side, bobbled. He'll run hard and got him in time, did the second baseman, A.J. O'Brien. Kind of based on the conversations that I heard earlier in the day, the first game, Auburndale, a lot of errors, sloppy game similar to Kiel New Holsting. Here is Jastromski, the first pitch of the at-bat to DeSellier, who looks at ball 1 upstairs. As we see AD, Mr. Steve Walsh, come walking in. Craig Hoffman also coming, both coming from Winneconne. Mr. Walsh had umped the Chilton-Waupun game. As DeSellier rips one left side, right between the shortstop and the third baseman, and the first hit of the game for the Raiders. DeSellier last week in the regional final ripped it. Back-to-back at-bats through that gap on the left side, and he does just that. You're in his first at-bat today. 1 out and 1 on for Brett Hartlub. 2 EWC teams playing in the sectional final as they pick back at DeSellier, who's back in time. Tigers taking on Denmark, the 2-time defending, reigning state champion. Raiders and Tigers respectively 1 and 2 in the WC this season. It's the first pitch of the at-bat comes to Brett Hartlub. It's fielded, they'll try to turn 2, and second baseman will just eat it, and they'll take the lead out as Hartlub reaches on the fielder's choice. So it'll bring up Nathan Stefani, the pitcher for the Raiders. He'll step into the box with 2 outs and 1 on. Brett Hartlub at first. First pitch of the at-bat is Jastromski working out of the stretch. It's ball 1 on the inside. The 1-0 here from Jastromski. Short lead from Hartlub at first. Ball in the dirt, ball 2 on Stefani. Neese in the batter's box. He had a double in his first at-bat in the first game. Stefani's going to try to keep the line moving here and put pressure on the Falcons. Outfield shifted way towards the left side. The right fielder playing right and right center. Stefani can just poke one right down the right field line. Hartleb's going to have a chance to score. 3 balls, no strikes. He'll be given the take sign here most likely. And it will be strike 1 on the outside corner from Jastrzemski. The 3-1 here to the senior pitcher, trying to help himself out. The pitch from Jastrzemski is swung at, ripped left side, ground ball, fielded by the shortstop, Glodowski, and it's a 6-3 put out to end the first as we go scoreless here to the second inning. Take a short break and be back. Nate Stefani back out for his second inning of work. The score remains 0-0. Leading off will be the pitcher for the Falcons, Aiden Jastrzemski, the lefty. It's 18 hits on the season. Pitcher-on-pitcher battle here. Just as the first inning ended, the second inning will start. Working out of the windup here is Nathan Stefani, the 0-0. Strike 1. Good zip on that fastball for the first strike of the at-bat. The 0-1 here to Jastrzemski. Ripped left field, it's shallow. Hartleb's going to call off Muntz and cover a lot of ground for out number 1. Good talk there by Hartleb as Muntz was coming straight in on that one, but probably wouldn't have gotten there in time. So Hartleb gives himself a chance to kind of relax and just be in singular pursuit of that. As that's kind of on those balls drop, you get the shortstop coming back and the left fielder coming in, and there's just some little indecision, and Hartleb took control there for out number 1. As strike 1 is swung at and fouled straight back from Marcus Kennedy, the designated hitter for the Falcons. Kennedy batting for John Carlson. He's playing center field. So a pair of center field designated hitters as Stefani throws in strike number 2. The 0-2 here to Kennedy. Here it comes from Stefani. Ripped center field, the first hit of the game for the Falcons. It's fielded cleanly by Velker, and it'll be Kennedy reaching safely here in the second. Not only the first hit of the game, but the first hit of the day given up by the Raiders. Now 1 out, 1 on for Ethan Pesky. Playing right field is Pesky as he looks at ball 1. Pesky, the 1-0. Now 1-1 here on Ethan Pesky. Stefani throws ball 2 high. Stefani working out of the stretch here with a man on first. The 2-1, it's flown high, but straight behind the backstop as it takes a hit off the porta potty and rolls into the football field. For those of you Kiel fans, if you remember the old Kiel track, this Peshtigo track is significantly worse. Consider ourselves lucky to have the track we did, as the 2-2 is high for ball 3. Asphalt, pretty much no lane lines. Not even sure if it wraps a full 400. The payoff pitch here to Pesky. Runner on the move. They're going to try to throw him out. Strike him out, double play. It's exactly what it is. Aaron Stefani guns out Marcus Kennedy and strike him out, throw him out, double play to end the top of the second. They tested Aaron Stefani and they paid the price. It looked like Kennedy too had a little bit of indecision as he didn't slide. And Stefani, a quick pop on the money throw, and the Amherst Falcons go quiet in the top of 2. Huge throw there by Stefani on the money. So that's something New Holstein took advantage of a little bit as Gussie was behind the plate. He stole on him quite a bit. And maybe Amherst not knowing that Kiel switched their catchers and they paid the price if they didn't know. Go Kiel Raiders. Premier Financial Credit Union proudly supports our hometown teams. With offices in Kiel, New Holstein, and Shiocton, Premier Financial Credit Union is your hometown community credit union. To learn more about the credit union difference, please visit yourpfcu.com. Badger's Den in Kiel is open 7 days a week, with breakfast being served from 5 to 11 a.m., lunch from 11 to close. Great food and all your friends are here. Keeping it local, go get 'em, boys. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, contact Crest Real Estate of Kiel, your team of real estate professionals for over 20 years. Contact Crest at 894-HOME or browse current listings at cresthomes.com. Crest Real Estate, experience with results. So, the top of 2 ended with the strike him out, throw him out double play. It'll be Jackson Neese, the 5-hole hitter for the Raiders, leading off the inning. The bottom of the inning, that is. First pitch of the at-bat, ripped down the line, inside third base. It's going to be a long single for Neese, who gets the Raiders their second base runner of the game, and it was Ian DeSellier whose single in the first inning put a base runner on for the Raiders. Now can expect the Raiders to try and play some small ball, much as they did in the regional final. Can expect Gussie to try and put one down and put a runner on scoring position with just 1 out. Big lead from Neese. He's back in plenty of time. Good move there from Jastrzomski. Neese, who in his first at-bat of the day had a double. Now on first. Gussie, first pitch of the at-bat. It's a pop bunt, but it's foul. I got lucky on that one, and not really a death sentence if you are Jackson Neese, as he's still making sure that bunt gets down. Worst thing that can happen is you double up on a bunt. Gussie's just going to try and get one down if Coach May drops the bunt down, bunt sign again. The 0-1 here to the senior. It's high for ball one. Good pullback there by Gussie. Didn't get caught. And all be all, trying to get that bunt down. The 1-1 now to Gussie. A designated hitter in the second game. He caught the first game. Bunt, it was a ball outside. Gussie luckily got a bat on it. So now it's 1-2. He finds himself trying to put Jackson Neese in scoring position. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Gussie. Neese on first, Muntz on deck. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Jastrzemski, he's going to come to Gussie. The 1-2. It's low, and Neese got a good read. He's going to try to take second, and he does just that. A great read from Neese. He took off and was there at second just in the nick of time. So without a bunt, the Raiders still get Neese to second, and Gussie's going to have a chance to bat with a runner in scoring position. Collin just looking to put a ball in play as the count's even at 2-2. Nobody out, runner on second. Here it comes from Jastrzemski. Missed upstairs. Full count now. Three balls, 2 strikes to Collin Gussie, the senior, trying to put up the first crooked number of the game for the Raiders. He looks at ball 4. Neese going to try to take third, and they threw him out. So a chance the Raiders had with runners on first and third and nobody out is ended as Neese tries to get another good read on the bouncing ball. So now it'll just be Collin Gussie alone on the base pass. Neese's aggressiveness paid off with a steal from first to second, and he gets thrown out at third, trying to take third. So now 1 out, 1 on for Grant Muntz, who looks at strike 1. But it was a chance there if Neese just hangs on. Didn't think it squirted away enough from that catcher. He just hangs on. Now you have Muntz put down a bunt. Now you got 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. But it's going to be a wild pitch, most likely ruled, and Gussie to second. So now Neese would have been at third. They had runners on second and third with nobody out. But short-term memory here, Grant Muntz just trying to put up a crooked number. It's 2-0 on the Raiders' left fielder. Muntz with a pair of flyouts in the first game against New Holsting. The 2-0. Missed high for ball 3. Chance to continue putting on the pressure here of the Falcons as Muntz ahead 3-0. Here's the pitch. It's ball in the dirt. Gussie wisely just hangs out at second. That walk would have had him loaded for the Raiders with nobody out, but instead it's runners on first and second with 1 out. And the Raiders, Ben Kingbaum comes up. Kingbaum, who had the go-ahead single in the first game. See runners in scoring position once again. 1 out, 2 on. Kingbaum trying to put the Raiders on the board here. Big gap in right center and right down the line. First pitch of the at-bat to Kingbaum is taken for strike one on the outside as Klodowski came to settle down Trstromski, and he did just that. 4 straight balls to Muntz. That was a strike on the first pitch of the at-bat to Kingbaum as Kingbaum looks at strike 2 in the outside corner. He's now behind. 0-2 is the Raiders' designated hitter. Ben Kingbaum, the sophomore. We'll look at the 0-2. Here it comes from Trstromski. Struck him out on the outside corner. It was an off-speed pitch, and the Falcons are going to try to strand another 2 Raider runners. 2 on, 2 out for Aaron Stefani, the freshman catcher. Stefani had a couple hard hit outs, especially that out in his second at-bat in the 4th inning. 2 runners on, and he ripped one right back up the middle to the Huskies pitcher, who kind of threw out his glove and luckily caught it at the end of the inning. They're going to try to inside move on Gussie, who read it like a book and is back in plenty of time. Still waiting for that first pitch of the at-bat is Stefani. Second baseman holding Gussie on tight. Missed inside, ball 1 on the Raiders' freshman catcher. One ball, no strikes. Gussie on second, Muntz on first. Stefani just trying to find some green here. You'll see strike 1 now. Gussie runs well. Not well in comparison to some of the other speedy Raiders, but he runs well enough that I think he's going to get the green light if Stefani finds grass here. The 1-1 to the freshman. Ripped, left side. All he had to do was step on it, and the third baseman, who is Noah Spoelstra, steps right on the bag for out number 3, and the Raiders strand 2 on 1 hit as we head to the top of 3 here from Shiocton High School. 0-0 here in the sectional final. We'll take a break. 1 ball, 2 strikes here for Noah Spolstra. Runners on second and third. The 1-2 here from Stefani. It missed just outside for ball 2. So the delayed steal pays off. Runners on second and third for the Falcons. Spolstra walked in his first at bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The number 22. Missed outside. Now it's a full count here for the cleanup hitter for the Falcons. A.J. O'Brien sitting on deck, the Falcons' second baseman. See if Stefani can work some magic and get the Raiders out of this jam. 2 singles from Wazowski and Brandel. Here's the senior. Delivering the 3-2. It's ball 4 low. So now the bases are loaded for the Falcons' second baseman. A.J. O'Brien, and Spolstra draws his second walk of the afternoon. First pitch of the at-bat. Strike 1 in the outside corner. Bases loaded here for the Falcons. It's Wazowski on third, Brandel on second, Spolstra on first. In the batter's box is O'Brien, who grounded out to the second baseman in his first at-bat. He thinks about it and should have swung the bat as it's 0-2 now on O'Brien. Stefani trying to keep this one scoreless. The 0-2 here to O'Brien in the dirt. Ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. Here to the sophomore, O'Brien. Pitch from Stefani. Missed inside and high. Stefani, who walks Spolstra, got the first out of the inning. The leadoff hitter, Glodowski. And it was back-to-back singles and a walk. Have the bases loaded. Swung at and missed. Stefani, Aaron that is, secured out number 3. And Nathan Stefani strands the bases loaded. As we head to the bottom of 3, Raiders 0, Falcons 0. As with most other things in life, the key to achieving your long-term financial objectives is preparation. Your goal may be to protect your family during your working years or guarantee your own retirement security. These things won't happen by accident. It is important to map out a strategy that will help you meet those goals. The good news is that it is never too late to start. Of course, preparing your financial future can be intimidating. Luckily, you do not have to do it alone. Putting your strategy into action starts with a simple phone call to your local New York Life agent, Todd Oleg. You can find Todd on the 300th block of Fremont Street in Kiel. Todd brings knowledge and expertise to families and businesses in Kiel and surrounding communities to help them achieve financial success. He looks forward to seeing you soon. Go Raiders. Meiselwitz Volstead Detroit Funeral Home is serving Kiel and the surrounding communities since 1898. Entrust your memories with Meiselwitz Volstead Detroit Funeral Home. J&J Services is locally owned in Kiel, Wisconsin. Their services include lawn rolling and stump grinding. Great service with the best prices around. Call J&J Services in Kiel. Starting off the third inning is Tate Hartlup. He ground out to the second baseman in his first at-bat. He's going to try to get on to start this third inning. First pitch of the at-bat here. It's Jastrzomski. Missed inside, ball 1. Raiders dugout have a little bit of life here. It's a little more vocal than they were in the previous innings. It's ball 2 to Hartlub. The leadoff hitter batting .459 on the season coming into today. Trying to get a Raider rally started here. Put the first runs of the game on the scoreboard out in right field. So look at strike 1 from Jastrzomski. Working out of the windup here. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Raiders shortstop. Ripped foul right in front of the football press box. And there's some young kids who are playing on the blocking sled. It's going to be a race between Braden May and another young Kiel Raider fan. Which May is going to need to hit some speed ladders with his son after losing that foot race. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tate Hartlub. The pitch from Jastrzomski, here it comes. Struck him out on the outside corner for out number 1. A backwards K to start the bottom of the 3rd. DeSallier will step in for his 2nd at-bat of the afternoon. He singled right between the shortstop and the 3rd baseman in his 1st at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat to DeSallier is ripped left center field, but working under it is that center fielder, John Carlson. He was positioned perfectly, and if he is anywhere else, that ball was hit on a line, and that's a double, if not a triple, the way DeSallier runs. It was hit on an absolute line, and just the way that Carlson was positioned put him in a spot to make that play. So it'll bring up Brett Hartlub with 2 on and nobody on. It's going to rip one right side, bobbled by the 2nd baseman in time. The throw was not. Randall's foot was off the bag, and Hartlub will reach on an E4. Anyway, the Raiders get base runners, they'll take them. Hartlub running hard down that first base line, and it paid off as the 2nd baseman, A.J. O'Brien, couldn't come up with one. And out that is. First pitch of the at-bat to Stefani is strike 1. Catcher Glodowski thought about back picking on Hartlub there, but it didn't appear that Brandel was ready. Taken upstairs, ball 1. As the count evens out 1-1. One ball, 1 strike here to the Raiders pitcher Nathan Stefani. Ripped left side, it's down and just into the glove of the left fielder. He kind of took an Olay at that one, just put his glove down, and luckily for the Falcons, it bounced right into that glove of Bohm. But a hard hit single there for Stefani has the Raiders with runners on 1st and 2nd and 2 out here in the 3rd. It'll be Harrison Zorn on to run for Stefani. A gap shot from Neese scores 2. Hartlub Brett, that is, on 2nd. Ball 1 upstairs. Would have been interesting to see how far Hartlub could have gone had that ball gotten past the left fielder. Just went into the glove. As the 1-0 comes to Neese. It's ripped high, fly ball. Going to be playable for an infielder. It's going to be the shortstop. That is Wyatt Blazowski calling everybody off. And the Raiders strand 2 as we head to the top of 4, 0-0. Are you looking for a great atmosphere and great food? Look no further than the Gravel Pit in Kiel. Kitchen open late until 10 p.m. Tuesday through Friday and 9 p.m. on Saturday. Try one of our great weekly specials. Burgers on Tuesdays, Chef's Choice on Wednesdays, wrap and fries on Thursdays, steak sandwich and perch on Friday, crispy chicken sandwich on Saturday. Call 920-894-8493 for details. The Gravel Pit, located just outside of Kiel on Highway 57. Isens & Mangan Financial Group has been serving Kiel and the surrounding areas for the last 10 years. With their retirement planning, investment, and insurance needs, call Sean Mangan at Isens & Mangan Financial Group today. Here now in the top of the fourth inning, it'll be Aiden Jastrzomski to lead off in the fourth, much like he did in the second. So it'll be Nathan Stefani back on the mound. Ian DeSellier was getting loose. This is Stefani struck out A.J. O'Brien to end the third. He stranded the bases loaded, did the senior Stefani. First pitch of the at-bat to Jastrzomski. It's a fair ball. It's fielded by Kingbaum, who will take it himself for out one. 3 unassisted for out one. It'll bring up Marcus Kennedy, who singled in his first at-bat. He was then part of a strike him out, throw him out double play that ended the second. Stefani working out of the windup here. Breaking ball for strike one. So Marcus Kennedy, the designated hitter this afternoon, looks at the 0-1. Swung at early and fouled it down the third base line. An error by the third base coach, head coach for the Amherst Falcons, Bill Held. The Falcons seeking their second consecutive appearance at the state tournament. The 0-2 here to Kennedy. Missed inside as the Raiders appeared in 2017 in the summer baseball state championship. But seeking their first year in spring baseball since the move in 2019. The 1-2 here to Kennedy. Swung at, missed. Stefani's going to clear the runner on the drop third strike, and it's out number 2 on the strikeout from Kennedy. It's going to bring up Ethan Pesky, the starting right fielder for the Falcons. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Pesky, part of a host of Falcons that are all sophomores, as ball one is up and in on the right fielder. One ball, no strikes, into the 8 hole. Swung at and missed, strike one. It was the top of the order that did some damage, albeit scoreless damage, in that third inning. Had the bases loaded before Stefani struck out A.J. O'Brien. It's ball 2 by Stefani, so the count's now 2-1. 2-1 the count. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Sectional final here from Shiocton High School. Here's the pitch from Stefani. Strike 2 on the outside corner. Strike away from getting through this fourth inning is the senior Nathan Stefani. He pitched in that first game last week against Brillion before DeSellier and Hartleb came in to clean it up. A 2-2. Here it comes from Stefani. It's ripped left side, but foul. Just foul down that left field line. Hartleb pitched the first game today for the Raiders before Ian DeSellier came in the 6th and stranded 2 to keep the deficit at 1. DeSellier will probably be the second arm we see today if Coach May decides to go and and bring Stefani off the mound. But he's going to try to end this fourth here. 2-2. Swung at. Shallow fly ball. Velker working in on it. It's going to be a sliding catch, but he just traps it. He didn't have a chance at that one. He could have laid out straight away, but it drops just in front of him. He kept it in front, but it was a trap. So it fell for the first hit of this fourth inning. Put a base runner on for the Falcons. Velker had a long way to go on that one, but it'll be Pesky who's on first now. They'll bring up Elijah Bohm. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. The left fielder who had a nice play in the bottom of the third. They're going to try to steal. And it's another burnt runner. They tried to run on Aaron Stefani and they paid the price as Pesky is thrown out to end the fourth inning. So Nathan Stefani threw 4 scoreless as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Go Kiel Raiders. Premier Financial Credit Union proudly supports our hometown teams with offices in Kiel, New Holsting, and Shiocton. Premier Financial Credit Union is your hometown community credit union. To learn more about the credit union difference, please visit yourpfcu.com. Badger's Den in Kiel is open 7 days a week. Breakfast being served from 5 to 11 a.m. Lunch from 11 to close. Great food, and all your friends are here. Keeping it local. Go get 'em, boys. So once again, it's DeSallier warming up in front of me. So be interested to see if this is the inning that they go with DeSallier. It's going to bring up the top of the order for the Falcons in Colin Gussie will lead off the inning for the Raiders. Designated hitter, walked in his first at-bat. He was a part of a pair of Raiders that walked in that third inning, or excuse me, that second inning. Raiders had 2 on in the second and couldn't manufacture a run. Gussie going after the second pitch of the at-bat. Nice play there by the pitcher, Jastrzomski. For out number 1, it's Gussie to Jastrzomski. Jastrzomski a little over the shoulder there as he lets that one bounce one more time, and Gussie is going to be able to leg that one out. Grant Muntz, you're in the bottom of the fourth, trying to manufacture something here. 1 out, nobody on. It's going to be a timeout here from the Amherst coaching staff. Something they're seeing, or adjustment they want to make here with Grant Muntz coming out. Ben Kingbaum on deck. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, contact Crest Real Estate of Kiel. Your team of real estate professionals for over 20 years. Contact Crest at 920-894-HOME or browse current listings at cresthomes.com. Crest experience with results. First pitch of the at-bat here to Grant Muntz. Here it comes from Jastrzomski working out of the windup. 1 out, nobody on for the Raiders left fielder who rips one deep left field. If it gets down, it's a double, but a long run there for Bohm, who runs it down. Good range there from all the Amherst outfielders as Muntz gave that one an absolute ride. And Bohm went a long way to chase that one down, but he hauls it in for out number 2. And we'll bring up Ben Kingbaum. Raiders designated hitter today. 2 outs, nobody on. Or Kingbaum, who's going to go after the first pitch and foul it straight back. Still scoreless here in the 4th. Be interested to see where Coach May goes on the mound. The 0-1 to Kingbaum. It's ripped right field. It's got a chance to get down. It's a long run for the center fielder, and he makes the play. Any ball that the Raiders have put in the gap has been ran down by the Falcons. 2 shots there in the gap that both should have gone to the ground, and they were ran down by a pair of Shiocton outfielders, or excuse me, a pair of Amherst outfielders. So we head to 5, still scoreless. So we head here, top of 5. It's still Nathan Stefani on the mound. He's pitched through 4 scoreless innings. You can imagine that he's going to probably get a chance to face as many guys as he wants, as long as there's not business on the base paths. Make sure DeSallier has been warming up so that when he gets called upon, he's ready to roll. I'll bring up Eli Bohm, the left fielder who made a nice play in that last inning, last half inning defensively. Denmark and Chilton doing it out in the Division II sectional final. Denmark leads 1-0. Austin Gruby on the mound for Chilton as Ben Miller threw the first one. It'll be a swing and a miss here from Eli Bohm. No balls, 1 strike here on the 9-hole hitter Eli Bohm, who was in the batter's box when Pesky tried to take second. High fly ball, shallow right center field. Velker working under it and hauls it in for out number 1. Matthew Glodowski to start off, or excuse me, to restart the Falcons lineup. The top of the order here for the Falcons. 1 out, nobody on here for Glodowski, who has 2 flyouts in his first 2 at-bats of the day. A lot of frustration after that last at-bat from Glodowski. He had a fly ball deep to right field, and Nice chased it down and banged the bat against the ground. The 0-1 here from Stefani is ball 1 outside. Doing the catching duties tonight is Glodowski. Glodowski, the senior, trying to put a base runner on here for the Falcons. The 1-1 from Stefani is ripped. Left side, fielded cleanly by DeSallier. Now the throw. It's a high throw, but Kingbaum got him. Nice play there by Ben Kingbaum to save a off-target throw from DeSallier. I don't even want to say off-target, just a high throw. Kingbaum did a nice job of being a little bit acrobatic there for out 2. So now 2 out, nobody on here for number 21, Wyatt Blazowski. The senior shortstop looks at strike 1. But a nice defensive play there by DeSallier to glove that one. Kind of held him glove side, and he made a nice play. As the 0-1 again, grounded to DeSellier. Fields it cleanly. Now the throw. It's on the money this time for out number 3. DeSellier back to back. Great defensive plays as we head to the bottom of 5, still scoreless. All right, again, home improvement. Are you looking to build your new house? Or maybe remodel your old aging home? Maybe you need some small work done like installing a storm door or a new window. Those little home improvements that you just can't find the time for, or maybe you just don't know how. Well, Albright Again Home Improvements has you covered, where no job is too small. If interested, give us a call at 920-894-7507 or shoot us an email at albrightagainllc@yahoo.com. Located in Kiel, call Albright Again Home Improvements for all your home improvement needs. Eisens and Mangan Financial Group, serving Kiel and the surrounding areas for the last 10 years with their retirement planning, investment, and insurance needs. Call Sean Mangan today at Eisens and Mangan Financial Group. J&J Services, locally owned in Kiel, Wisconsin. Services include lawn rolling and stump grinding. Great service with the best prices around. Call J&J Services in Kiel. Family owned since 1975, Bowes Family Dental is located in Shiocton. They provide all dental services to patients of all ages. Go Kiel Raiders. So it's the bottom of 5 here from Shiocton High School. Sectional final. The Raiders are going to restart their lineup, but not before Aaron Stefani will step into the box. He ground out to the third baseman, his last at-bat, who just stepped on the bag for out number 3. He's had 2 good defensive plays, thrown out 2 would-be stealing base runners of the Falcons. We'll look at ball 1 here. Stefani, who on the year is batting .241, looks at strike 1. He's batting .241, but he's got the 4th most RBIs on the team with 17. He comes up with clutch hits when he needs them. He's going to rip one. Left side. Got a play on it. Does Blazowski. Stefani going to try to leg one out. But a nice play and a strong throw there by Wyatt Blazowski. Stefani put that one into the gap. Thought that he maybe had a chance to leg one out, but the throw was on the money and on a rope from Blazowski. So it'll bring up Tate Hartlub. Ground out and a strikeout. First 2 at-bats. He's going to square the bunt and look at ball 1. Tried to show just a little bit of a drag bunt. He had a bat pointed towards the third baseline, and the third baseman was running hard. The 1-0. Ripped foul straight behind the backstop. If he does consider a drag bunt, I wouldn't hate to see him throw it down that first base line and push it more to the glove side of that pitcher and try and leg one out that way. The 1-1 here to the Raiders' leadoff man. It's in the dirt, ball 2. The Raiders, who defeated New Halsting in the first matchup of the day, 4-3. Looking to get to the looking to win the sectional final for the first time since 2017. The 2-1 here to Hartlub is ripped left side. It's in the gap and it's going to be down, but not before the right fielder, Eli Bohm, fields it, and it's a long single for Hartlub. Again, though, playing very deep, taking very good angles are those outfielders of the Falcons, and it would have been a extra base hit and turned it into a single. Kind of the opposite of what you saw with New Halsting. That first inning, the 2 runs the Raiders scored were both kind of at fault of that center fielder, as he took 2 pretty bad angles at balls, and it cost him as the Raiders took an extra base on both of them, and it led to 2 runs. So now 1 out, 1 on for number 1. DeSallier looks at strike one in the outside corner. Can't imagine that Hartlub's going to try to run. If they do so, expect a hit and run with DeSallier and Hartlub. A lot of room on that right side. If they send Hartlub on the hit and run, it's going to move that second baseman right towards the bag and open a big spot for DeSallier to drop one in there. But this time, it's a right center gap. He drove one to right center. It's going to hit the wall. Hartlub's going to score from first. DeSallier's going to third on a triple. He's going to hit the deck. The throw is high, and DeSallier's going to score a triple, scoring the second run of the ball game on an error from the shortstop. The Raiders have a 2-0 advantage. DeSallier got a piece of that one, and the Raiders have the lead. He hit it perfectly to right center. It hit the wall. The cut-off throw from the shortstop was too high, and it bounced out of play. And the Raiders have a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Brett Hartlub's going to try to keep the rally going and the pressure on the Falcons. The first pitch of the at-bat is a strike on the inside corner. But absolutely ripped that one, did DeSallier. Now the 0-1, nobody on for Brett Hartlub. Look at ball one in the dirt. The Raiders have a lead here in the sectional final. And triple and his error scores DeSallier. After Hartlub reached on a single. Hartlub scored from first. One out. 1-2 is the count here on Brett Hartlub. As some cheers for Nathan Stefani, who I think grabbed the ball out of the fence. Fought one out of the fence there. So now it's 1-2 to the 3-hole hitter. Brett Hartlub, who reached on air in his last at-bat. Chases the high fastball. It's a fly ball. The second baseman working under it, and the underhand catch for out number 2. They'll bring up Nathan Stefani, who singled in his last at-bat. And Harrison Zorn was running for him. That's stranded at third. Two outs, nobody on for the Raiders pitcher. Looks at strike one. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit here. It's cooled off quite a bit since the first pitch. The 0-1 here is Stefani. Looked at ball one inside. Count even at 1 now. 1-1. 1-1 to Stefani. It's ripped left side, fielded by the third baseman on a big hop, and it's going to be a tag from Brandel that retires Stefani, but not before the Raiders put up a crooked number. The first one of the game. It's 2 runs on a triple from Ian DeSallier. The Raiders lead 2-0 after 5. Meiselwitz Volstead Detroit Funeral Home, serving Kiel and the surrounding communities since 1898. Entrust your memories with Meiselwitz Volstead Detroit Funeral Home. Are you looking for a great atmosphere and great food? Look no further than the Gravel Pit in Kiel. Kitchen open late until 10 on Tuesdays, 9 on Saturdays. Try one of our great weekly specials. Burgers on Tuesdays, Chef's Choice on Wednesdays, wrap and fries on Thursday. steak sandwich and perch on Friday, and a crispy chicken sandwich on Saturday. Call 920-894-8493 for details. The Gravel Pit, located just outside of Kiel on Highway 57. So it's Nate Stefani who will take the mound for his 6th inning of work. He's through 5 scoreless, and the Raiders are 6 outs away here from their first sectional appearance, or excuse me, their first state appearance since 2017, seeking their first state appearance in spring baseball. The Raiders, 2 senior arms, have brought them 6 outs away. It's Hartlub and DeSellier in the first one, and now Nate Stefani. He's going to take a big, deep breath before he faces the heart of the Amherst order. It's Brandel, Spoelstra, and O'Brien. 3-4-5 here for the Falcons in the 6th. Brandel singled his last at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat. Ground ball right side, fielded by Kingbaum. He's going to take his time, underhand throw, and PFP. Out number 1. Pitcher's fielding practice comes into work there as Kingbaum makes a nice defensive play, and Stefani chases out number 1 to the bag at first. It'll now bring up Noah Spoelstra, who walked in both at-bats today. Playing third base for the Falcons. The first pitch, high, ball 1. Spoelstra seeking 3 walks. He looks at ball 1 high. The cleanup hitter. Not the cleanup hitter, Bill, that you normally see. You kind of expect Brandel there, the big, strong first baseman. But swung right through strike 1, did Spoelstra. Took a healthy hack at that one, did Spoelstra. He swung right through it for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here to Spoelstra, who rips one left side. It's off the glove of DeSellier. A hard hit ball there. Might be able to rule that one a hit. Might have even hit the base the way that bounced. It's going to be ruled a hit. So there'll be a single from Spoelstra, who's reached all 3 times today. It's going to bring up A.J. O'Brien, who struck out struck out swinging in his last at-bat. 1 out. Runner on first. A high fly ball, center field. Velker working back. It almost burnt him, but he works under it for out number 2. His first 3 steps were coming in, and he had to quickly put on the brakes and retreat, and it made it harder than it was, but it's an out nonetheless. Here with 2 out and 1 on for Aiden Jastromski, the pitcher. He grounded out to Kingbaum in his last at-bat, right down the first base line, and Kingbaum just touched the bag for the first out of the inning. Now there's 2 out, 1 on, and a 1-0 count here to Jastromski, trying to help himself out, maybe get one of those runs back. It's a fly ball, right center field. Velker working under it. He went a long way, and he made a heck of a grab in right center field. He chased that one down in right center, and any opportunity that Jastromski had of extra bases was eliminated. The Raiders are 3 outs away here as we head to the bottom of 6. Raiders seeking some insurance here, leading 2-0 in the 6th. It's going to be 5, 6, 7. Neese, Gussie, Muntz. here for the Raiders in the bottom half of the 6th inning. DeSellier once again warming up. Due up for the Falcons in the 7th will be 7, 8, 9. The Raiders maybe trying to put another crooked number up, extend the lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Denmark leads 2-0 after 5 over Chilton. Thanks to Craig Hoffman as Jackson Neese rips one left field, deep fly ball, but it's going to be foul. Had a chance to get out of here if it was fair. It was out of play. No balls, 1 strike here to the Raiders right fielder. He swung right through it and fouled it off for strike 2. Neese, who had a double in the first game, a single in his first at-bat in the nightcap. The 0-2 here to the Raider junior from Jastrzomski. In the dirt, bounced over the plate for ball 1. Neese was one of those runs that scored in the 6th inning of the last game against New Hallsting, albeit it was Harrison Zorn running for him. The 1-2 here to Jackson is ripped high and foul down the right field line. It won't be caught, and it's going to roll right out of play. No fence past the infield on either side here from Shiocton High School, so a line that depicts the out of play. 5th pitch of the at-bat here to Neese from Jastrzomski. It's ripped left field, but it's going to be caught by, boom. Allowed out, but out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. It's going to bring up Colin Gussie, who I can imagine he reaches. They're going to have a runner for him. He's the designated hitter. We'll see what Coach May decides. Hopefully Colin gives them the tough decision of which way to go. 1 out here for the Raiders designated hitter. In the second game here, Ben Kingbaum was the designated hitter who delivered in the 6th inning in the first one. Gussie did the catching duties in that first one. Now he'll just swing the bat. It's ball 2, down and outside as Gussie is ahead now. 2 balls, no strikes. Trying to make Jastrzomski work here. Maybe try to push another one across as some insurance. The 2-0. Ball 3 now. Gussie way ahead. He's going to make Jastrzomski come to him with a strike here before he even thinks about swinging. Square to bunt, just to show something different, and it's strike 1 from Jastrzomski. The Raiders, who don't use the traditional kind of signage from the third base coach, have their little wristbands. The one sign that Coach May does give is the take sign. The 3-1 to Gussie. It's ripped right back up the middle. A base hit for Gussie, who goes hard down the first baseline, and just as I kind of had figured, it's going to be Harrison Zorn to pinch run for Gussie. It'll be 5 for 9 here as they put some wheels on the base paths. But a rip shot there from Gussie. Zorn, a member of that school record-breaking 4x1. It's 2 spots out of an extra qualifier at the state meet. He can fly from first. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go here on the first or the second pitch. Try to put a runner in scoring position for months. It's ball 1. on Muntz. Jastrzomski came to Gussie with 3 straight balls to start the at-bat before throwing a strike to get the count to 3-1, and then it was a hit from Gussie. Muntz will look at the 1-0 here, working out of the stretch. They're going to send Zorn. They threw out for him. It was a low, bobbled throw, and Zorn takes second. A good throw and a quick pop from that catcher, Matthew Glodowski. But Zorn takes second. Now a runner in scoring position for Muntz. 1 out, 1 on for the Raiders left fielder. Again, Coach May's substitution pays off with some wheels on the base paths. The 1-1 to Muntz. The junior trying to push across another one. He rips one deep left field. It's got a chance to burn the left fielder, but he runs it down, and Zorn's got to retreat. Was interested to see if they were going to try and tag Zorn there. Just the way that took Bohm. A nice throw in, but it was low, as Muntz gave that one an absolute ride, but the wind is coming in 5 or 10 miles an hour straight from left field. He gets a little help from the wind, or there's no wind. That's got a chance to get out of here. But it's going to be Ben Kingbaum trying to deliver another clutch 6-inning hit. As he looks at strike 1, runner on second, Zorn. He'll score if Kingbaum can squeak one out to the outfield. Trying to put on another crooked number, just push across a third insurance run. As it's ball 1 on the outside from Jastrzomski. Outfield playing in. A lot of room in that right center gap for the lefty Kingbaum. Outfield getting set to try and shoot Zorn on a ground ball. It's the way they're playing as Kingbaum just muscles one towards the third baseman, and it's caught for a soft line out. But the Raiders are 3 outs away here in the top of the 7th from clinching their first spring baseball state tournament appearance. So it will be Nathan Stefani back on the mound trying to close out this one on his own. As the Raiders are 3 outs away. There'll be Kennedy, Pesky, and Bohm to try and push across some runs for the Falcons. Kennedy and Pesky both have hits today. The 3 biggest outs of the season if you're the Kiel Raiders. If you're the Raiders, you just want Nathan Stefani to finish us out with 3 strikeouts. Especially the defense that we've considered, especially in that first game. 3 strikeouts would be 3 stress-free outs for the Raiders. Nobody on, nobody out. 3 outs away for the Raiders. The first pitch of the inning. Here comes Stefani. It's ball 1 upstairs. Marcus Kennedy steps in. He's singled in his first at-bat. A swinging strikeout in his last. The 1-0 from Stefani, strike 1. Raider crowd. Noise builds a little bit here. They understand the magnitude of each pitch. It's swung at and missed, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Kennedy, the designated hitter for the Falcons in the second game of the sectional doubleheader. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Kennedy. The pitch. Missed inside, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes here to Kennedy. Ground ball. Left side, took a good hop for Hartlub, who delivered it on the money for Kingbaum, who did the splits as he caught out number 1. 2 outs away. I was reminiscing with Cade before the game, who was a bat boy on that 2017 team. And he said there was nothing like Coach May kind of just saying, hey, when we get this final out, we are going to go celebrate. Raiders trying to celebrate. 2 outs away is swung at and fouled straight back. Did Pesky. And still remember that feeling, breaking the 65-plus year drought in 2017. Raiders trying to do something that's never been done and get to state in the spring. The 0-1 from Stefani. It's fouled straight back for strike number 2. No balls, 2 strikes here on the 8-hole hitter for the Falcons. It's Ethan Pesky trying to start a rally for the Falcons. Working out of the windup. See where Stefani wants to go here on the 0-2. Missed upstairs, a good 2-strike pitch there by Stefani. Raider defense fielded, set up pretty straight up. Velker just left of second base. Foul ball down the right side from Pesky. Raiders corners playing deep and on the line, trying to limit any doubles down the line. Pesky, the 1-2, here it comes. Ripped, left side, foul. Great acrobatic move there by that third base umpire to both get out of the way of that foul ball and make sure to make the correct call there. The 1-2 here to Pesky. The 6th pitch of the at-bat. Swung at and missed. Strike number 3 on Pesky. Out number 2. Raiders 3 strikes, 1 out away. It's going to be Elijah Bohm trying to keep the Falcons season alive. 2 outs, nobody on. Raiders lead by 2. 1 out away here for the Raiders from their first state appearance since 2017. Swung at and missed, strike 1. 2 strikes away. Stefani has pitched 6 2/3 scoreless. He's trying to close this one out by himself. The 0-1 here to Elijah Bohm, who flew out to Velker in his last at-bat. Missed upstairs, ball 1. Stefani doing a nice job of just trying to relax himself, taking a couple deep breaths in between each pitch, understanding the magnitude of each and every pitch, trying to not let the Falcons restart their order. Out of the windup, the 1-1. Swung at, fly ball. It might be in play for Kingbaum, who's going to work under it, and he does just that. Ben Kingbaum secures out number 3 and the first appearance in the Spring State Baseball Tournament for the Kiel Raiders. Coach Brad May takes his Raiders back to state for the first time since 2017. The celebration commences for the Raiders as Kingbaum secures out number 3 and Nathan Stefani throws a 7-inning gem. we have come final from Shiocton High School. The Raiders win 2-0 in the sectional final, and their first state appearance in spring in school history. They've played just 3 seasons in spring baseball, and they have reached the pinnacle with 2 wins away from a state championship. Both teams getting a well-deserved round of applause. As the hugs commence for the Raiders. So they'll take the slow walk to the mound, the Victory Mound meeting. The biggest Victory Mound meeting of their season. Ready to present Coach May with the sectional final plaque, the game ball, and hopefully a bath. The 5 Raiders seniors: Dylan Genty, Tate Hartlub, Brett Hartlub, Colin Gussie, Nathan Stefani, Brett Hartlub. As Coach May gets set to accept the first spring baseball sectional final trophy in school history. The Raiders are going to Appleton to play at Fox City Stadium on Tuesday afternoon. It was 7 scoreless innings from Nate Stefani and a clutch Ian DeSellier triple. That was all the Raiders needed to move on. Thanks for listening in. Just a reminder, tonight's broadcast was proudly supported by Todd Oleg New York Life Insurance, Gravel Pit Bar and Grill, Premier Financial Credit Union, Crest Real Estate, The Badger's Den, Kiel Booster Club, Upright Again Home Improvement, Meiselwitz Funeral Home, J&J Services, Bose Family Dental, Eisens and Mangan Financial Group, and by members of the NEW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. We'll see you on Tuesday afternoon as the Raiders will play at Fox City Stadium for the first time in school history, playing in their first sectional final of spring baseball today. We'll see you on Tuesday afternoon. And stay tuned on the Kiel Raider Radio Facebook and Twitter for game time. There'll be seedings that come out sometime this week. Division 3 is slated to start at 2 p.m., so it'll be 2 p.m. and most likely 4 p.m. based on the allotted time after the game. So, we've come final here from Shiocton High School. Kiel 2, Amherst nothing. We'll see you on Tuesday as the Raiders play at the state tournament.